If there has ever been a time that you're thinking about starting a garden, 2026 might be the year to do it. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why. After watching how the government shutdown has affected our food systems, I realized something important. We can't always depend on others for our food supply, but we can take control of what we grow right here at home. I'll sit back, relax. I'm going to go over a few topics that I think are important to think about if you are really considering starting a garden in 2026. All right, so the first thing I think is very, very important to really think about is food security and your independence. Now, I can attest that once I started gardening about 5 years ago, there is just something amazing about being able to come out of your kitchen, out of your house, go in your backyard and pick an ingredient that you need, that you grew. You didn't rely on your stores, your local stores. You didn't rely on, the government or anything else. You planted that vegetable or fruit. You spent the time and the energy and the love to grow it, and then you go and harvest it knowing what you put into that soil, what you put into that vegetable. And then you took it inside and you fed yourself or your family. The independence in that is just simply amazing. There's just, I don't know how to really explain it other than once you've done it, it's this feeling that is just truly unique to growing your own food. And having that security in yourself it's priceless, y'all. It is absolutely priceless. I'm here in the Houston area in Spring, Texas, Zone 9B, just north of Houston. But when we got hit with Hurricane Harvey, however many years ago, I have a store, a grocery store, about half a mile that way. And we were landlocked. We were home for 10 days, I think. I didn't go to work for 11 days. But every time I'd go to the store, the shelves were getting lower and lower and lower and lower. We, as a people, should not be relying on grocery stores as much as we do. It's just my opinion. And that's why when I really started putting forth the energy to garden, that was one of the reasons, is I don't want to rely on others for everything. Does that make sense? I do a lot of canning inside, so I grow a lot of stuff out here, and then I go inside and I'll can a lot of stuff, I store a lot of stuff, I give a lot of stuff away. Because I just like helping people. But we need to be able to be food independent. And gardening is one way that you can take control of your family's food needs. Y'all, check out this bee. Just suspended. It got cold last night, so it's just chilling until it gets warm. And then that thing will start buzzing and take off. How crazy is that? Okay, second thing. The rising cost of food prices. Seriously, when you go into the store, tell me you don't get sticker shock. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Last week, I got a bunch of vegetables from the store because it's that time of year, not everything's growing. And the cost of just the vegetables alone stopped me. I'm like, what is going on? So, the rising cost of food is insane in my opinion. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, if you're able to mitigate just a little bit of that cost by growing your own stuff, you know what your family eats the most of. You know it. If your family is big on cabbage, well then grow a bunch of cabbages for yourself, store them. Or beans, grow a ton of beans and save them. So if you can take some of that cost away from your grocery bill, tell me that's not a win-win, right? Now I do want to say this. When you are growing your own stuff, yes, there is an initial cost, right? We all get that. But a pack of seeds is $1 to $2, maybe $3, right? And depending on the plant that you're wanting to grow, there could be anywhere from 30 to a couple hundred seeds in that pack. So if you do the math and you grow things in great bulk that can produce a whole lot of fruit, then that initial investment is going to pay you back 10, 20, 30 fold. Anything that you can do to bring down the cost of your monthly grocery bills is a plus. And gardening is an amazing way to do that because you are putting in the sweat equity. You're the one out there sweating, building your gardens, watering, looking for pests, and then the best thing, harvesting and taking it back in the house and feeding yourself and your family. Second point was the just cutting out or cutting back on the rising cost of food. All right, the third point, health and quality of the food. Now, Chad, what are you talking about? Health of the food? Yes. Quality of the food? Yes. Here's an example of this. Anyone who has grown their own vegetables, whether it's a carrot, a cucumber, a tomato, peppers, we can all attest that a vegetable grown by us or by another gardener has a completely different taste than those that are bought in the stores. I'm telling you right now, if you've never done this and you don't actually know what I'm talking about, believe me, grow your first whatever and taste it. That flavor of that vegetable will be so different. And that's what I mean by the quality of the vegetable. You might honestly hate tomatoes, but I bet if you grow one and it doesn't have all that store processing on it, you might change your mind, because I'm not the biggest tomato fan, but when I grow my own, I actually really like them. There is a different flavor. Carrots is another example. Carrots are so good to me, period, but growing my own, they have a different flavor and they are just phenomenal. Also, with something like the government shutdown, think of the programs that are right now not running. The FDA, the USDA, those are federal programs. Well, those federal employees, the inspectors, might not be going out to do the inspections that they normally would. So then you've got produce or other food items might not have passed the inspection a month ago that maybe now are. Not saying that's happening, but could it be happening? Probably. Let's be real. So, in a government shutdown like we're dealing with right now, there are items in this garden I don't have to worry about if they're safe, because I know what I put in my soil. I know what seeds I put in that soil. I know everything that has gone into my gardens, into my vegetables, into my plants. So when I harvest something, I know for a fact it's both quality and it is healthy. And that is what you want when you are feeding your family, right? So, another great reason to start a garden in 2026, or continue gardening, maybe expanding your garden, your existing garden, to really start meeting different demands that your family really has. Really think about it. Sit down, think about what you could be growing more of. Maybe you just like growing certain crops, like that Indian snake bean that I showed at the beginning. I grew that thing for fun because it's different. But you saw how long it was, how big it was, and it tastes like a cucumber without getting hit by the pests. So that's a lot of vegetable that I can feed my people with, right? My family, my friends. Those are the things you need to be thinking about for 2026. Definitely. Okay, the fourth point that I think is incredibly important is one that's very close and near and dear to my heart, and that's the community aspect of gardening. I never knew this until I actually started gardening, but I honestly really didn't know this until I started YouTube or doing the social media stuff that I do on all the channels for gardening. But the gardening community, y'all, is absolutely amazing. They are the most helpful people. They want to constantly, for the most part, there's always those outliers, but they want to share knowledge, help each other out, see each other grow great crops, help with pest questions or tricks and tips to growing, and this community is phenomenal. And one of the things that I absolutely love about the gardening community is the seed sharing. Y'all, you don't always have to spend a ton of money buying all these different seeds from all these different companies. Most of the time, your local gardeners around would love to share seeds. I personally have seeds in the mail coming to me from another YouTuber right this second that I'm going to plant next year. How cool is that? And I'm sending seeds out, and I have seeds to give out to people that I've grown right here in this backyard. And one of the cool things about sharing seeds within the gardening community, especially your local gardening community, is that when you grow a seed or when you grow a plant in your backyard, in your zone, well, the weather DNA, the soil DNA, the temperature DNA, all these things get put into that seed. So the next generation of seeds grown in the same area should do better because they're used to that climate. And the third generation of that seed will do even better and better and better. So if you're growing plants in your local area, and say you're at church and you find out, hey, there's a bunch of gardeners here, well, go talk to them. Introduce yourself. Be like, hey, I'm just now getting started in gardening. I would guess that without a doubt, you are going to be welcomed in with big smiles, pats on the back, and how can we help you? Do you need seeds? What are you growing? You're going to get that type of love from the gardening community when you start growing and when you start letting people know that you're starting a garden. Guarantee it. I personally love to hear when people are starting gardens. I love to help beginner gardeners, seasoned gardeners, whatever. I'm here to help, and part of doing this channel is building a community of like-minded gardeners. I always say that because it's important. You want that community to help you, because there will be times where you get down, where you're like, man, nothing's growing. I'm getting hit with all these pests. What is this that's going on this plant? That's part of it, y'all. And you need that community to help you get past that mental hurdle, so then you can start having the great, amazing harvests that you're dreaming of right now if you're watching this video. So, community, incredibly important, for sure. Okay, and the final thing I want to say is just simply this. Peace of mind, y'all. Peace of mind. Think about over the last few years. We're dealing with all the politics, all the rising prices, just all the stress of this world, all the craziness that's going on and everything. If there is a part of our daily lives that we can control, that we can take ownership of, to relieve some of the stress that we all deal with just in life in general, and shouldn't we try to do that, right? I'm standing in here. This is basically where all my loofahs have grown. Like directly behind the camera, there's 5 loofahs. Yeah, loofahs here. Loofahs all back here. Loofahs here. Loofahs here. Now, why am I showing all that? Because when loofahs are of a certain size, you can actually eat them. And they kind of taste like zucchini. Once they get bigger, then obviously you can't eat them, because then they get really fibrous, and you use these for cleaning, like your dishes, or in the shower, scrubbing your back or whatever. Having a vegetable out here growing that's a multi-purpose vegetable relieves a little stress for me. I don't have to buy anything to clean my dishes anymore for probably ever, because loofahs grow so much and produce so much fruit, as you can see around me. So I won't be buying a bunch of scrub daddies anymore. Don't need to. I've grown my own. At the same time, when they're younger, like I said, you can eat them. So there's a food source. That takes a little stress off of my back, because I'm not stressed about, I need to go buy this, I need to go buy that. Or if you're growing, maybe your family just really loves to eat green beans. Well, grow a whole row of them. Harvest them, harvest them, harvest them, can them, and then you don't have to worry about green beans for a while. Again, relieving the stress, giving yourself that peace of mind that there is something that I don't need to go to the store to buy. Because when we finish this video, the next time you go to the store, go look and see how much vegetable prices are right now. If y'all can grow your own, then you can cut out all that price. Again, relieving the stress that we're all dealing with on a daily basis with all the craziness of the world, this government shutdown and everything else. So that was the fifth and final point, just peace of mind, y'all. We can all use a break from anxiety and stress and everything that we deal with on a daily basis. And I'm telling you right now, I guess this would be a bonus tip, gardening is, for me and a lot of people that I know, the number one way of relieving stress. Just being in your garden. Just walking out here in my little tiny suburban backyard garden relieves so much stress for me. It is truly my zen place. Like right now I have a bee right there. Yeah. Right there. And they're always around me out here in the garden. And I love it. Now I might have froze just a second ago because I was a big carpenter bee. Carpenter bees can be a little mean. Not my carpenter bees, they seem to love me. But when you're out here in nature and you're out here in your zen place, you are going to relieve stress and you're growing food for your family. It's a win-win, y'all. Seriously, 2026. If you have not started a garden, really, really think about it. You're not going to go wrong. Believe me. Even a small garden. Start small. I always say that. Start small and then expand. It will probably be the best decision that you can make for you and your family in 2026. Starting your own garden. All right, everyone. So that's the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. I hope, if nothing else, it's giving you some food for thought, pun intended, to really think about starting a garden. If you are on the fence about starting a garden, hopefully this video helped you kind of solidify your thoughts on starting one and the importance of gaining your own food independence and just the benefits of having a garden of your own, growing your own food, getting your hands dirty, getting dirt under your nails. I didn't even cover what it can do for your kiddos, your grandkids, nieces, nephews, watching you grow and instilling that amazing gift of gardening to them. That's a whole nother video. So everyone, if y'all enjoyed this video, do me the 4 favors: share, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already. Join this fast-growing community of like-minded gardeners here on YouTube. Everyone, take care. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Really give some thought about starting your own garden in 2026. Now, I'll talk to y'all again real soon.